Hello, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to the new school year 2020-2021, a school year unlike any other, most likely. Wanted to go through and just kind of give you a couple quick little things to kind of get ready for the school year, kind of a welcome video. My name is James Hamrick. I went to school at Virginia Tech. We're going to tell you a couple other things about me and just some things to expect for the course kind of going forward, okay? So first of all, just a little bit about me, and I want to learn some things about you also. When we start class next Monday, I definitely want to see, if you have some pets and kind of the hobbies you have, any extracurricular stuff you do. I definitely want to know that, but I want you to know things about me too. So the first thing, I do have a cat. That's my boy, Ken Sue. He's not too much younger than a lot of you guys. I think he's 13 this year, if I'm doing the math right. And that's the only thing that I live with. That's my one boy at home. And then in my spare time, I do a lot of cycling. And when I say a lot, you won't be surprised. So already this year, I've ridden over 4,000 miles. I was planning on going to Italy this year for a long trip, but of course that didn't happen with everything going on. Hopefully I can do that trip next year sometime. Something else that I do, which I just started doing again this year actually, is playing piano. I played piano when I was your age, back when I was in high school. But after kind of life started and kind of moving around, I didn't play a whole lot. But this summer I went out and bought a full-size keyboard. My chops aren't back yet, but if you want to hear a song, let me know down in the comments, and maybe I can record a song and stick it up there for you to hear too. I do play mostly classical right now, but I'm going to work on some other kind of pop songs also. And then the one thing that I enjoy talking about is back in the spring, I finally kind of bought my dream car. It's a new Tesla, so I am 100% electric these days. I've actually got solar panels on my house, so I don't even use electricity to charge a car anymore. So hopefully when you guys come back to campus, you'll be able to see my car, and I can kind of show it off to you a little bit. Let's talk about some basic different distance learning. Of course, you guys probably know already that we're using this thing called Schoology. If you go to the NISD website, there is going to be a link for kind of an orientation on how to do that. I will say, just on my end and seeing kind of what you guys are going to see, it's pretty user-friendly and it's going to be pretty easy to navigate, to find the assignments and different stuff in there. And then, of course, the other big thing is we're going to be using Zoom. So make sure, again, in Schoology, and I'm going to email the link to you too for the first day, just in case the whole Schoology thing, if you can't find the access or something like that. I'm going to email you the link that we'll be using for Zoom each day in class. Okay, there's going to be a dedicated link per class period, and we'll be using that same link every single day. And I'll talk more about that in just a couple of minutes. So those are the two big ones. A couple other things, here and there that we're going to come into, but that's if you know Schoology and Zoom, the rest of it's going to fall into place pretty easily. Here is my class schedule. And if you've already gotten into Hack on your own and kind of seen your schedule, you'll probably see your class there. I do teach Algebra 2 and Pre-Calculus as well as on-ramps Pre-Calculus. And that's and notice also there is a new bell schedule. We start at 9 o'clock. Each class is about 52 minutes long, and then we finish up at 4:30. Okay? Tutoring contact stuff. There's my tutoring stuff. I'm going to have a different dedicated Zoom link that I'll be in every morning, especially while we're 100% virtual. Right now I'm saying 7:30 to 8:30. That time might change. I'll let you know if that does. But basically, when I get into work, I'm gonna bring up Zoom. I'm gonna sit there, and if you have a question any morning, you can just pop in, ask the question, and then kind of pop back out. And again, I'll put that link on each of the Schoology pages also. I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 evenings a week. I don't know what time that'll look and kind of what that'll look like yet, but I'll certainly keep you posted on that. And then my email address, of course, that's the best way to get me, especially if, weekends or whatever else like that. You can drop me an email. That's there also. And then, of course, for Remind, and of course, this is, for your students, but if you have your parents or guardians watching this also, they're also welcome to join the Remind. I do just have a single Remind for each kind of category of classes. So if you're in pre-cal, you see the text code there, Algebra 2, and then on-ramps have its own, okay? So I'll leave that up there for just a couple seconds. If you need to take a picture or kind of jot that down, then you can certainly join Remind at your convenience. And all this stuff is going to be posted on Schoology too. I'm going to have a page with all the kind of syllabus type stuff. But just kind of wanted to give you a brief little intro. General expectations, please, 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 please. Even though you're going to be doing this from home in kind of a virtual environment, it's really important that you log into class on time. Not just my class, all your other classes too. Make sure you're getting into that Zoom link on time, ready to go. Every day, just like it would be a normal school day. Have something to write with, have something to write on, whether it's notebook paper or just plain like white printer paper. For me personally, I don't care. Be ready to be organized about yourself and all that good stuff like that. Also, as far as the daily materials, like any kind of notes or guided notes or practice or homework, all that stuff like that, all of those things are going to be posted in that day's folder in Schoology. Okay, we'll get more into that as we kind of get into the real like day-to-day operations and stuff, but just know that they're going to be there. If you don't have a printer, it's okay. You don't need to print that stuff out. Even when we start coming back to school, I'm going to try to go more or less paperless as far as worksheets and stuff like that. I'm hoping we can stay pretty much virtual, but you will need to have your own paper to write down the notes and your assignments and stuff like that. There is the slight exception to that with on-ramps. I'll get into that with you guys specifically on your own, just for copyright issues and stuff like that with UT. Turn in the assignments. Again, you're going to do the assignments on your own piece of paper and take a picture of that and then upload that JPEG or PDF or whatever you use so that it's there. And that's how I'm going to kind of grade your assignments, stuff like that. With math, it's hard to use Google Docs with the equations and the variables and this, that, and the other. So it's going to be more writing it on a piece of paper and then taking a picture of it and uploading it through Schoology. After each day's lesson, the video lessons and the examples that I do, those are all going to be posted on Schoology via YouTube. So if you do miss a class, hopefully you won't. Do the best you can to have good attendance in all your classes. But if you do miss a class, there are going to be videos posted via YouTube. And calculator options. Almost forgot about calculators. So as of right now, especially in pre-cal and on-ramps, we use a little tiny bit more in Algebra 2, but really we don't use the calculator a whole lot, to be honest with you. When we do, there's some calculator options. Desmos.com/calculator is a very user-friendly calculator for most things. So that's going to be kind of how my recommendation would be. You don't need to go out and buy one on your own. You don't need to worry about us checking one out to you. That online option at Desmos is going to be a good option for you. Okay, a few little closing thoughts. I don't want to take this too long. Please, as we go through this whole year, whether you're virtual or in person at some point, be an advocate for yourself, right? So there's no such thing as a bad question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. If you're not sure about something, for heaven's sakes, ask. Okay, that is why I'm here. So, and again, if it's after hours, drop me an email, something through like the Google Hangouts. You can access me there also. But don't be afraid to ask any questions. Be an advocate for yourself. Okay, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Listen, especially in this whole virtual thing, frustration is going to happen. It's okay when that happens. Take a deep breath. Again, don't just sit there and stew. Talk to someone about it. Talk to me about it, and we'll kind of get over that hump. I'm going to get frustrated with technology too, most likely. So it's okay day by day, and we're going to get through all this stuff together. Accept other people's viewpoints and be willing to share yours, and make sure that that you're open to other things going on and stuff like that. You know, if someone gives an answer that you know that you didn't get, they're like, "Oh man, you're stupid." Don't be saying that. You know, be constructive with each other, even in math and as we do in other kind of problems like that. And that's going to be it. You know, we're going to have a great year. It's going to start off in an interesting way that I don't think any of us have really done before, but it's going to be a good year. And I'm looking forward to meeting with you and working with all of you. If you have any questions, again, drop me an email. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Zoom on Monday. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the last few days off.